What's up guys, it's Josh from Soul Studios, and I decided to do part 2 of this AML EZP 1A EQ versus plugins. The first one I did just on the mix bus, and I thought just for myself I wanted to dive a little deeper into this comparison to see how I really feel. So what I've done is taken a bass track from this same song, All You Need Is Inside by Heather Evans. So on the bass track, we're going to do a big boost at 30 Hertz, which is a 6 dB boost. And then on the lead vocal, we're going to do a cut at 100 Hertz at about 3 dB and a boost at 16K at 3 dB to hear the air. So hopefully between part 1 on the mix bus and in this part 2, you're going to hear the low end as well as all the way up to the highest air that you can get out of these units. So if you're interested in the calibration process or any of that, check out part 1, but let's get right into the examples here. And this time I'm just going to give you the names of the files ahead of time. We had a little fun with the blind shootout on part 1, but I don't think we necessarily need to revisit that here. The files will be available for download again, so you're welcome to download those, do a blind shootout, or rearrange them however you want to do it. So here we go. Lead vocal first, followed by the bass, and we'll chat a little bit at the end.
It's always been there. It's always been inside of you. But it's hard to see it. It's harder to believe it. It's always been there. It's always been inside of you, but it's hard to see it. It's harder to believe it. It's always been there. It's always been inside of you, but it's hard to see it. It's harder to believe it. It's always been there. It's always been inside of you, but it's hard to see it. It's harder to believe it. It's always been there. It's always been inside of you, but it's hard to see it. It's harder to believe it. It's always been there. It's always been inside of you, but it's hard to see it. It's harder to believe it.
All right, so what do you think, guys? Are your thoughts still the same as it was in part one, or hearing it soloed out a little bit more? Did your favorite from part one carry over to part two? Anyway, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. And again, go ahead and subscribe while you're here, like the video, ring the bell. It all helps the channel grow, helps me reach more people. And the STAM SA47F review will be coming up very soon. All right, guys, as always, I really appreciate your time. Thanks, and I'll see you again soon.